Hello! So today I want to tell you about the game Edo, and this is a great cooperative group game. It plays 2 to 10 players, and I have to say we took it on a family vacation recently, and it went over really well even with people who don't typically play games. So I do think this is a good option if you have some people like that. It is very much your standard party game. It is cooperative. You're working together. It sparks some fun conversation and debate, things like that. So what's going to happen is cards come in 3 different categories. There's the everyone category, which this is great as long as you don't have any really little kids. There's nothing like inappropriate. Obviously, you can turn anything inappropriate. Or there is the family one. This is definitely things that are going to be easier if you are playing with young kids. And then there is the action category where you're supposed to actually do the thing. I don't play with these cards because that's not my thing. So you play how you want. Everyone is going to get cards of their color so that you can remember when you put your card down on the table that it was yours, because inevitably people are going to be like, wait, what did you say? Where did you put that? So you take the cards that are your color. And this is why it plays up to 10, is because there's 10 colors in the deck. And you then take the 0 card. You are then given a deck of cards labeled 1 to 100, and you are going to give each person a card. And you cannot tell anyone what your card is because that would just defeat the purpose of the game. So you're going to look at it, and I see my number, and then we're going to get a category. So we can go with superpowers you would like to have. So obviously, if you have a number that is 100 or closer to 100, it's going to be a really, really awesome superpower. And if you are holding a low number, it's going to be just a superpower. So this is my number, 48. So I want to pick something kind of middle of the road that would be cool to have but isn't amazing. So maybe I want to be able to feel awake when my alarm goes off. Some people may consider that a better option or a worse option. So I put my card out there, and then the next person, let's say this is their number, so it's a little bit better than mine, but they don't know that. They're going to say something, and they're going to put their card out there. And we as a group kind of decide, do we think it's better or worse than this one? I do, even though this game says 2 to 10, I do think it's better at probably 5+. If you play with lower numbers, you just have people set out multiple cards. But I do think it's better with more people. So then you're going to get a bunch of cards out there, and you're going to be like, well, no, I think mine probably goes here. And then someone else is going to be like, yeah, mine's really terrible. I'm not looking at these, by the way, so I don't know what's actually happening. And then someone else is like, yeah, mine is the worst ever. And they come up with an answer. So we now have a string starting at 0. And we're going to reveal these once we've all decided. And we get to kind of, talk it out. Obviously, you can't say well, I have a really high number. But you're talking it out, and you're deciding well, I think that's something really cool. And then we lay it all out, and then we reveal. And the goal is to, see, I should have looked at these cards. The goal is to get all of the cards in order. If you do, you win. If you don't, you lose. So we played it that because every person had 3 cards, we played best out of 3 to see if we beat the game or not. You can also, if you want to make it more difficult, have, if you're doing really well, you can have more players add in 1 or 2 additional cards themselves. So some people are playing with more cards. Or like I said, if you're playing with a low number of people, you can figure out how many of your 3 cards you want to put in each round. It's a party game. The rules are flexible. You can decide to do what you want. But I do think this one's really fun. The categories are super broad. You can interpret it how you want, and then you get to justify your choice. It's small. It's easy to take with you. And like I said, this one went over really well on the vacation that we went on, and we played this with non-gamers, and they thought it was a good time. So if you're looking for another option for a larger scale game, well, not scale, but a game that plays a larger number of players and kind of falls into that party category, Edo is fantastic in my opinion. Let me know what you think. Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.